Do you realize how many Hall of Famers walk through that door? A lot. More Hall of Famers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, more than any other high school in America. This is the home of the Quips, Aliquippa, and I've been coming here in one form or another since the 80s, and it's such a pleasure to be with Vashawn Patrick, their head coach, first year, and of course the Power of Bowser, Friday Night Lights coming up this weekend, KDKA, Thomas Jefferson, and Aliquippa. So, 7-2. Let me just tell you why I admire you so much. You take over a program that has done nothing but win. A couple of speed bumps along the way. You had some key injuries. You never complained, but you just found a way to get back on track. So a little bit of an edge now, chip on your shoulder, something to prove, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right, Coach?
Yeah, it's definitely how you finish. I mean, like you said, we had a couple bumps in the road. We just kept working. Before Coach Mike left, he told us keep our head down to December. So we know what that means. So right now, we've just been keeping our head down, trying to progress and get better each week and just getting after it.
It's going to be an epic battle. This is the game of the weekend. I'll get to TJ in a moment, Coach Chirpick, and those offensive lineman roots, he and Freilich together at Pitt, why it's always been a key to their success. Tyke, of course, over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Council throws for a couple. So you're high octane when it comes to offense, no doubt. But this is a game you're going to have to stop Ebers, this running back from TJ, who can plow with that football, over 200 yards. He had a huge night last week. This is a guy that can run, and they've got an offensive line that can push some weight. So defense is going to have to really get ready.
Yeah, I think our defense is up to the task. I mean, the young guy from TJ is very good. He runs very hard, but it's the big hogs up front that they have, and they plow holes, and he just run through them. And they're a very well coached team, so we got to make sure we up the par for the task.
You know, this 4A has been so interesting this year. You just never know week to week. I think when you look at competitive football in any classification, this is prime real estate, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you got the TJs, the McKeesports, and, definitely the Aliquippas, but Montour was a good team this year. Mars, still surviving too. I mean, every week you get battle tested, and this was the time of the year that it lives for.
So the leaves are off the trees, and November is here. It never gets old, does it, being at this point of the season, postseason?
No, it definitely never gets old. It went fast, but never gets old. I mean.
So what have you learned as the head coach of Aliquippa, the legendary Aliquippa, that a lot of pressure comes with it? Looking back, still some daylight to burn for sure, but what are some of the things you think about, maybe some lessons in life you learned as a head coach here?
Learn to have a lot of patience. Not just dealing with the kids, dealing with the adults and the parents and, the naysayers and, the critics, but just having a lot of patience. I guess it just put me in the right frame of mind, to be able to coach these young men.
Here's what I love about Aliquippa, especially coming here to Heinz Field. It's a tranquil place. A lot of people don't really know Aliquippa like I know Aliquippa, but this is a great community. And there's nothing better than being here on a Wednesday afternoon in November, the day after I pretty much went round the clock covering that election. And Kamala Harris was here just a few weeks ago. The election didn't turn out so well for her. But this really is what America is all about. It truly is an incredible barometer of what this country is and what built this country, right?
Yes, it is. I mean, old steel mill town and the community backing and just the support. And just here in Aliquippa, we love to just stay together and know that we can trust each other and have each other's support.
So you get ready for TJ. What do you think this thing's going to be? You think it's going to be high scoring? Do you think it's defensive struggle?
I don't know how the game is going to be right now. I put a lot of different scenarios in my head how it's going to be played out. I got us, winning definitely, but I think it's going to be a great game. 2 high school program, prestigious programs going at it, and I think we're going to come up on top.
All right, so here's the thing. You're still a young man. You are. Is it sometimes almost impossible not to think back? Because it wasn't that long ago. A couple of decades ago, you and Coach LaDon and others were playing football here. Think about that, Coach.
Right. Yeah, it is a long time ago for me, but I always give the kids stories about when I played. They were like, "Oh, that's old man football now." So I go out there and show them a few things every now and then, but I'll be hurting the next morning.
I put some shoes in here because you guys have always been known for speed. What's Tyke meant to this football team?
I mean, he's a blessing. Just a great kid overall, just to the community. I mean, he has showed the young guys how to do it. I mean, not just on the field, but definitely in the classroom and in community base. He's just been a perfect role model.
And that's a good thing to see. Did he say that if Coach Franklin would have had him this year against Ohio State, they might have won?
They probably would have.
Anyway, reflections, give you a kind of moment or two just to thank everyone, because it's just not you. It's a whole lot of people involved that made this journey so wonderful for a guy who's put in a lot of sweat equity to get this opportunity. So just kind of give a little salute to the community and people who've helped you.
I mean, I definitely want to thank my family and the community of Aliquippa, and especially the administration up above, but definitely the kids. I mean, they make this job easy but hard, but I would want them to do it any other place.
You know, I love your family. What do you think your granddad would be thinking right now?
He'll be smiling. I mean, definitely be smiling and just calling me every other minute, telling me what to do.
You're really making me proud, and I'm so honored to always be here. And I'm really excited to tell you that this Friday night, Power Bowser, Friday Night Lights, Aliquippa, Thomas Jefferson, it is the biggest game of the weekend. And of course, Quest for the Best tomorrow night. Dan Zangrilli, Mike White of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And we have that Coons Market here in Hopewell, those Coons Quality Food Sports Reports Saturday and Sunday morning, and everything that is sports on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. And here's a treat. Coming up Sunday, it's all about Quip Town. I have got as my special guest, Greg Diolis, and I in the first half hour right after local news at 11, because he said he had to be done in time for the Steelers.
Okay.
Aliquippa native, the great basketball legend Jarrett Durham makes a rare radio appearance, and he'll be with me and Greg Sunday on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. Always got to take care of Quip Town. It's your Pratt Pack later tonight on the radio. It never ends. Right after local news at 6 on KDKA.